Angelina and I have come to the Pacific Northwest, specifically to Mosier, on a piece of land that Garth Hardin has just occupied. I woke up this morning. It's been sub-freezing. It's been really, really cold. And I had thoughts trying to understand if I should shoot something and imagining what it might be. And the thought is that beginning of the book, the first two volumes are essentially I do, you watch. And that the we do, we watch is maybe just now beginning for Garth. You see, I didn't have a father growing up that would show me, that would do with me. So it's almost as though I would skip that part, expecting Garth to be able to just shoot his own story, to know the way, to instinctively recognize the importance of the mundane.
The clip I had shot explaining a bit more was corrupted because I mistakenly shot it in slow motion. No audio track. The point of it was that the men that I had the privilege of being mentored by over my lifetime told me what to do. They didn't show me what to do. They directed me. They didn't model for me. That's what I've learned about Scotomaville. Getting lots of clips takes lots of time. You'll see in the upcoming scenes many, many camera angles. Think in your mind how many times the camera had to be set up and you go to it and you come back to get the camera. No, you walk away from it and get... Anyway, having lots of different angles, having lots of angles that you can cut and edit is very important.
Because it's self-reflection, video modeling, you're going to see this even in the mundane later and discover that even the small things matter when you're trying to put together a story. You don't always know where the B-roll is going to fit. I want to shoot this piece as the main track of the story, and I'm not sure exactly where it's going, but I'm going to trust that in following that unction, this will plan out. Not so much plan, but this will pan out, you see? So today we have a small task. We have the mundane to do, but we're going to do this together, I think. And then we're going to use this track in order to stitch together the video. And in that, I will do with him, we will do, and we will watch. So it would be easy to miss an opportunity because it's plain boring. Something simple as the coffee percolating. Knowing when to record what might be important can be a thing that you hesitate on. You think it's just the mundane. All we're going to do today, we just need to fix some of the components of a table. Say I have to go get the tools, it's cold outside. I've got to get the glue. I've got to get the clamp and the drills and the screws just to put a leg back on a table. We've got to go inside and
Hey, good morning.
clear the table, turn the table over, glue the pieces together, drill it out, and fasten it back together.
That's hilarious.
It's out of battery. You start shooting.
Yeah.
And now we'll take two. Oh God! And the drill bit is ripping the look too sharp. Where are you going? I think they call this the walk of shame.
Alright, so when we're trying to do something and we run into, something that was generally unforeseen, like a battery suddenly not being drained and having to not just get another battery but another drill and change out the bit and blah 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 blah, all of these little things add up and disallow us from reaching our goal for that 10-minute period, that hour, that half a day, that week. God, dude, that is incredible. Yeah, just
Garth, your name for Murphy's,
right?
The spuds.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Murphy just buzzing around like a dung fly.
So it's not just that you're going to be shooting B-roll to cover your main track. You're going to have all the redo, undo, and this actually turns out to be the funny story
Perfect.
that everybody wants to know.
Absolutely perfect.
What's the reality of...
All I wanted to do was put a screw in, but no! The battery has to die, the electricity has to go out, there's a tornado, a hurricane.
And just in case, we're going to bring two. Now, you got me walking over there.
Yeah.
But you don't see what I'm doing.
Right. Oh.
Now that the tip fits the end of the screw, in a moment of hesitation, doing it all over. The remainder of the job, right? There's no screws in here. These are up. The reason they call it the walk of shame is because you didn't slow down enough the first time to see what you were really going to have to be up against. One more time. Watch out, don't twist your ankle. Now it's a matter of just finding the right. The glue won't come off.
Turn it right side up, put it back where it belongs. Just a bunch of mundane steps in repairing a table. You see, but the importance might be that we do and we watch, not for the fixing of the table, but for the passing of the baton, for the transfer of the importance of observing with new eyes. In believing that there is a story to be told even within the journey of the mundane. I think that's largely the lesson here. That we create something and we watch what comes out.
Coffee beans, cha-cha-cha. Coffee beans, cha-cha-cha.
Okay, so they're all rolling, and my chair is hooked up on the leg of that, so that'll move it around while I'm doing that. Okay, so we have 3, and now we need to get a mark in the audio track to synchronize multi-camera. So that's a spike, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I woke up this morning on day 3 or 4, and of our progress of this baton pass and the drawing that I just did, and I went, okay, I'm feeling annoyed. There's a couple of other issues, and this drawing I realized is wonky. First, I wanted to say I keep track of the progress of this journey just so that I've got a written journal of it. See, even these kind of things. Civil trim tab for social dashboard that I posted for Elon at Twitter. So I would suggest getting one of these, Fred Meyer's, $10, because this is really easy to keep next to your bed and just jot. And then you go back to sleep and you don't have to lay there going, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, right?
Boy, that would help.
Yeah, I wrote this list of, shoot the main track, shoot the B-roll, Pinnacle template, da-da-da-da-da. You're going to find this almost hilarious in that if you don't keep yourself organized in one place, as soon as you discover you need the B-roll of that, you'll probably have to walk to the dumpster to get it out because it'll be loose paper. I don't need this anymore, I'm done. No, keep it all together. You'll want to keep it all in one place so that when you realize you have to refer back to it for B-roll, then you don't have to dump to your Walkster. And you're very likely going to find the auto rotate constantly in the way. Then what we did is we spent a day upgrading your laptop from Windows 8 to Windows 10 and getting the drivers to work, and then each of the devices, so cell phone, GoPro, to backup drive, transferred all the stuff, and then we built a template in Pinnacle. So the first day, right, getting the table. Second day, getting the equipment, the tools to work.
Wow.
And then I said, okay, Garth, let me show you mine. Here's the timeline so far up to this midpoint that we're at. And then here are the tasks next. Go for it. What the hell is wrong with that, Daniel? Why did I wake up all wonky? Well, remember the Clifton Strength Finders assessment. The strengths. Where is it?
Who is strongest and weakest in what?
That our
Or-
strength becomes our offenders,
Offenders.
and how we. I think it's chapter 6.
And that is right out of life skills class. Offending in our strengths. And it is most certainly, almost all the time, a scotoma.
My top strength achiever. Yours?
Adaptability.
Adaptability. Okay, so look what happens. I start, I take a couple of days and I, like one, and I crank out, here's the video, Garth, ready, go. And I expect 2 days. Okay, well, we're on day 3 and I'm like, what the hell? Come on, Garth. Inside of me, I'm pressing my own wounded expectations onto your performance, not understanding you're adapting in your strength to all the shit that you have to deal with.
To all this new stuff, including all of this proceeding and editing, God, and everything electronic, because me plus electronic gadget equals power grid outage and industrial fires around and flickering lights.
So I have to adjust my expectations that this could be whatever your timeline needs to be to get there. And that this is not you do, I watch already. This is supposed to be we do, we watch.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, error correction. Daniel, change your expectation. Stop having that thing go on, okay? And then I went, oh, this is what's going on. Remember this Maslow's hierarchy? The early Maslow's was, Garth can't do anything until he gets his basics taken care of, and then he can move on to other stuff. And they went, no, that's not correct. We can work on all of these other aspects of actualization and meaning and purpose and contribution. We can do that while we're doing this. It's just that we do a lot less of it.
Right.
Because
okay.
of...
That I can agree with. Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay, so that's actually what's going on. My expectations are out of order.
Well, along those lines. Things like getting dressed are really difficult because I don't have the use of my fingers and I can't grab anything. I can't pinch anything. And it's maddening. It's absolutely maddening. And every single time that I go to grab something, pinch something, manipulate something, my brain is telling my fingers and hands to do something, and they don't do it. And there is a sensation in my arms and my hands that is beyond description. But it is a very unique sensation, and it has come to be a constant reminder of I'm handicapped. I'm an invalid. I can't. I won't. All this stuff. And it makes me so angry and so frustrated that I have amygdala hijackings on a daily basis. They've been a bit less since they got here because I didn't want them to see it. After 11 months of being in this ridiculous environment of a motel with all kinds of literal Section 8 social program nutcases surrounding the place and interrupting the place on a daily basis pretty much, and then the year before that renting a garage that turned out to be rented to me illegally, and I was reported to the building department because of it. All of those kinds of things made my spirit very restless, and through a progression of sequenced events, I got here to this cabin that has some challenges, but it is in a beautiful place. It is out away from the madness of Hood River. This has become a tremendous opposite of what I've been in for 2 years, and it is taking a tremendously longer time to sink into my brain that, hey, here you are now. You've got your own place. You can be your own director in a sense. There are no words to describe that. You know, I mean, focus on that picture if you can.
Yeah.
It involved the necessity of very solid nutrition and in trying to make my body as injury resistant as possible, and at the same time develop everything I could psychologically and physically to mitigate injury, to hit that jump, want to go off that drop, want to negotiate that step up, want to learn to increase your balance to ride that skinny that leads up to a gnarly jump or gnarly drop. All of this was a tremendous focus of time and energy, and it significantly decreased a great many other things. It was a tremendous source of enrichment for my life. And so it's been a horrifying loss. Horrifying. It just, I mean, even I cannot even come close to describing it enough, but there's nothing I can do about it but to attempt to, again, to deal with it in an effective way, make something good out of it, find a way to straighten the vertebrae in my neck and possibly reverse these tremendously bad effects. Oh God. That is what I'm trying to avoid. Jesus, man. It just does not seem possible. Oh. I can never hold on to the bloody bucket. Oh, the hot water in my hands is just deliriously good because this place gets cold so quickly. Oh, yes. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Oh my God. Mom, I got it.